They go play action here on first down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. On 2nd down, here's Carr. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Delvin Brown with a pick. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
On the stop is Sharice Wright.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Be right. Hurry, hurry! 11.
Here's Luck now on 2nd down. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. Being chased out left. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to the right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and makes an accurate throw.
Now Carr. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Throwing on first down is Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cook. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Carr now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. On first down, Carr. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
Later one. All right, get set.
They'll run for it with Lynch. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that loss of yards there is not just on him. It's on the guys blocking for him. I mean, they're supposed to create some type of space or at least get a stalemate.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. And they drew up the counter there. It worked. They're glad they drew up the counter.
And a lot of times what you're trying to do is just simply get the defense moving in one direction. It doesn't take much. Even one step's enough. Get them going in one direction and then cut back against the grain and let your running back finish it off and get the work done.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Now a hit and a loose football. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone.
There's never a good place on the field to fumble the ball. Let's just call it as it is.
But definitely not in your own red zone.
In your own red zone, it's heightened, isn't it? Because you're almost automatically giving up a score and the momentum, and everything just changes for your team.
Yeah, so the kickoff fumble, now great field position. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jordy Nelson, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down, here's Locke. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
And he goes out right around the 39. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough, and I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. From the 50, it's Locke. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Mack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And now here come the Raiders. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To throw on 2nd down. Carr. And Nelson's got it here right side. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First down Raiders, the former Packer Jordy Nelson on the receiving end from Carr. Carr now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down. First down, the run with Lynch. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field.
And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Al Woods coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hairston, and he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up. Wanting to get a good get-off on the snap, jump too quickly.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Flush to his right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll run with Matt. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Let her roll. Let's go, let's go. Hey, easy.
To throw on 2nd down is Locke. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra that extra emphasis on it got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They come out here in the eye. Luck going to keep it on the sneak. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Andrew Luck, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts have got it back to a 1-score game. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Carl try it again on second down. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Jabal Sheard in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Carr. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. T.J. Green with a pick. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Oakland after this. Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10. After the interception, it's Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. Luck is sacked. Khalil Mack in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Luck. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Bruce Irvin, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Luck. Able to find Deion Kane, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. From the gun, here's Luck. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. It's complete. Deion Kane working the middle. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. The Colts on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing again is Luck. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Hurry, hurry! Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead. 5, 6, 22. Go, go.
On 1st down, it's Luck. Flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Ryan Grant, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
12.
2nd and 10, Locke. Looking deep for Hilton. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton in the final seconds of the first half. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Here comes Ryan Switzer to return it. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Gotta wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Marcus Gilchrist there to bring him down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Out of the gun, Locke. Pass incomplete. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Throwing on third down, Locke. And he's got his man, Hilton. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Here's Mack. Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Luck now to throw. He juked him. Complete to Hilton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now a carry from Mack. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. They go play action here on 1st down. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts have broken our tie as they take the lead. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on second down. It's Carr. He's going to float this. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Luck and the Colts come up now first and 10 at their own 22. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. He'll be dropped at the 30. A shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a second and 2. Staying on the ground with Mack. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And they'll go on the ground. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll run it here. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. That one into the hands of Kane. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you stop the clock and you've helped out the guys.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That's 3 touchdown passes now for Andrew Luck. And the Colts add on to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch. Switzer
now to return. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Back now in the East Bay. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the fourth. On second down, here's Carr. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 25. And he will take this down to the 10-yard line. Another costly turnover, their second of this second half. And earlier when I asked you your keys to the second half, you said, hey, it may be trite, but I think it's turnovers. That's coming to fruition.
It certainly is, and let's face it, they named the game after it, right? So isn't it the most important thing?
But the football.
Exactly. They named the game for it. Take care of it.
Suddenly, it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. On first down, Love. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Marcus Gilchrist. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, when plays like that work, it's a thing to behold, but sometimes we see why they're very deep in the playbook.
And how many times have we been at practice and heard all the other guys chirping about, you know, I used to play quarterback in high school, I can do this, until it becomes a game situation. Not quite the same in many cases.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. He has just been completely taken out of this game. We're in the fourth quarter. He's single digits in the rushing department.
And I know we look at him because the numbers do go to his production. But how about the guys blocking for him? They don't just have his number as a ball carrier. They've got the number of the offensive line and the other guys because they're getting to him before he can get started.
Following the delay, here's second and 9. Following the penalty, Lynch. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Raiders on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On third down, they go Lynch. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down, seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to a first down.
Now Carr, gotta have this one. And my goodness, another interception. Delvin Breaux with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you hadn't. Sometime in this fourth quarter, someone on defense is going to have to step up and force a turnover.
They go to Michael again. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down. And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks and runs. He's able to pick up the first down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Khalil Mack in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. Now it's Luck. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Deion Kane, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successfully.